Yeah, and actually it's the fastest qualifying average speed over 4 laps, not the fastest lap, but they were the fastest out there. As we look at the super stock grid, these are 32-foot canopy cats, high-tech decks, which is an STR you see there. And to the right is Team Wozenkraft with Jeremy Cheetah and
that's actually the shortest boat in the fleet, just by a little.
Yeah, Ricky Maldonado, that's a Victory Cat, as well as Ray Marine, your national points leader, another Victory Cat. So 32 catamarans, Victories, STRs, Doug Wrights. They're the lightest class of the national boats. These boats weigh about 4,400 pounds, but they have to add weight to get to a 4,900 minimum pound weight limit. So some of these boats can add up to 500 pounds. And they got to figure out where to put that weight, how to balance it based on the conditions. They have a 63-inch tunnel. They run the 300R, which has tremendous torque, a bigger skeg on the gear case than they were running several years ago with the 300XS. And the 300R has been a dynamic success. The current boats have 20-inch midsections. Mercury Racing has been hard at work. And in fact, Thursday in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, will debut the one they'll be racing next year, the Mercury Racing competition engine that has the 15-inch midsection. And there will be a 32-foot Victory hull that actually has the new 15-inch 300Rs on display, and we've heard some amazing things about them that folks are going to be extremely eager to see. But the 300R, it's been a dynamic success with these 32-foot boats, and they've worked through a lot of troubles with the engines as they developed them early. But apparently, Mercury Racing has taken all that they've learned and put them into these new 15-inch 300Rs that they'll be racing next year, and that's great news. The 15 mids will debut in racing in 2026. So that's super stock racing. How you get the weight distributed, your propeller selection, going to determine who wins the day here. The experienced race teams, they have a decided advantage. They've raced many more times. They distributed that weight, know where it's at. I talked to Austin Blocker, who's running with Dale McEachern in the old jackhammer boat, the Trinquilo team out of Oro Station, Canada. Told me he absolutely is a rookie throttleman this year for the team. He is learning as he goes on, but veterans like Sean Torrente in the high-tech deck, Gary Ballou and Ray Marine, the Maldonados out of Manatee Marine Unlimited, as well as Bill Allen, the reigning world champion in Team Allen Lawn Care. They know where to do it. They know how to do it, and they certainly have a decided advantage in.
And for the people who are wondering, when we talk about adding weight, it's bags of lead shot, canvas bags, and there's little compartments throughout the hull that you put it there, it'll stay there. Basically, it's not going to slide all around. I remember years ago in Key West, it was unexpectedly rough one day, and teams were going to the supermarket and buying the big 40-pound bags of dog food, putting them up in the bow, just taping them up.
So. You may wonder why they add weight. Well, they made some improvements to the windshields, and now they're all polycarbonate, and got rid of the stretched acrylic, but a lot of reinforcements to the cockpit in case of collision. And again, these being the boats, the lightest, they are the most susceptible to making a mistake and having the boat go over.
Getting airborne.
Getting airborne.
You don't want to fly the bows up in the air, because.
So several years ago, they've added weight to these boats, and it was controversial and not well taken.
Allen Lawn Care broke at the crane?
Is that what you heard?
That's what we just got from race control. That's too bad.
Well, and again, they've added a way to keep the boats more stuck to the water. Don't get me wrong; these boats can still fly. They'll run in good, clean water in the high 1 teens.
Yep.
But that weight is critical again to how you lay it out in these lightweight catamarans.
Well, coming out of the northeast, the way this wind is, it's going to be going right up the tunnels as they come from the east end of the course towards us, towards the lighthouse. So they're going to have to watch that. They don't want to get them flying too much.
Yeah, certainly your turn, when you make that first turn of the wheel on the east end of the course in 3 and 4, you're definitely going to be turning into it. So here's the starting grid. Again, they'll get these boats lined up. High Tech Decks has the 1 slot, and Wozencraft the 2 slot, Raymarine 3, all the way down the line, 14 through. And if Team Allen Lawn Care isn't there, so their spot's going to be open. But let's just say for the 14 boat fleet, 7 are going to line up to the inside of the course and keep that green buoy, which is all the way on the east end towards turn number 3. They'll take that buoy to their left, to their port side, and the other boats on the outside will go to the outside of that buoy and take it to their starboard side, their right side.
Yeah.
They'll bring these boats up to pretty good speed here, and they'll come around out of that turn, and as soon as the pace boat feels that they have them lined up and ready to go, they'll get started. Yeah. Now, is Ryan Beckley starting this race?
No.
He's not?
I don't think so.
So
I wouldn't want to be starting this race.
Great shot from the XINSURANCE Helicam of our starting grid. There's Raymarine, your national high point champion. They've won every race this year. 32-foot victory hull. Cole Leibel out of Toronto, Canada, with Gary Ballou out of Boca Raton, Florida. And your
Wozencraft is back a little bit. They need to get up.
That's High Tech Decks. They had the fastest heat from yesterday.
And I'm pretty sure that separation buoy is yellow. The green
is yellow.
The green
it was
is
green
the slot.
in Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah,
yeah.
No,
The green is the slot for
you're
the
correct.
pro class boats.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
So 10 laps, and the laps will start when they come down to the yellow start-finish buoy down near our broadcast position here from the Porte Products Broadcast Center. Race World Offshore live stream brought to you by Maximum Inflation. This is our start of Super Stock Racing.
I think they sent them. I think they
did.
released them.
These guys are up and racing. There's your top 3 speedboats in the heats yesterday on screen, but High Tech Decks continues to show speed here as Torrente and Jaminski have the early lead with Raymarine in second. Still got a bit of distance to cover, probably about 50 yards before they'll make it across the start-finish line as we look at Jeremy Sheeta and Julia Maldonado. Wozencraft, that's the GL construction team coming up. Yeah, boats will be close as they come across the start line.
Wozencraft just took a flyer.
And we're underway.
Yep. This is the start of lap 1.
So High Tech Decks will have the inside line.
Raymarine is on their hip, and then just inside of them is Wozencraft. Oh, they went through, and now Wozencraft just crossed over into lane 4. I don't think that's what they wanted to do.
And sliding out in front was Wozencraft of another boat.
Right in front of GL Construction.
Nice line for Raymarine.
Yep.
They'll dive to the inside. That's High Tech Decks in front.
Up. Michael Eyes must have missed a buoy because they're going back around off the screen.
A lot of trouble on that pin right there. It's the same one that Dirty Money missed.
Right. But here's High Tech Deck. Sean Torrente, Matt Jaminski, the Michael Eyes boats getting back underway after they had to go back and pick up the buoy.
They had a battery blow up in the boat yesterday.
Oh, that's what they took them out.
That's what took them out. Pete Rivero and Ricky Maldonado. There's your leader, High Tech Decks, Torrente, Jaminski, And in second, Ray Marine. All Ray Marine needs to do is finish on the podium the rest of the year. And
Gary gets
nobody can do anything
title.
to stop them from winning the national championship. But you know they'd still like to win today.
Oh, yeah. And the folks at Ray Marine would like them to win today.
Mom ain't happy after their great showing in Lake of the Ozarks and Coco's Monkey side by side.
Just outside of them is Say Less. Back up to the lead. Wozencraft is still in third. Looks like GL Construction fourth.
Cole's making a nice tight turn there.
Yep.
And you can see the boost of speed now by Sean Torrente for High-Tech Decks. Torrente, a much accomplished racer, 3-time F1 tunnel boat champion globally, an ex-cat racer.
That lower profile on the deck might help them with the wind maybe not blowing it around as much, because the Ray Marine's a taller boat.
We look at GL Construction from Team Bermuda.
Yep.
David Sully and Stephen Bridges. 32 Doug Wright. There's your leaders. High-Tech Deck continues to lead. This is the finish of lap number 1. And Torrente and Jaminski will turn that lap unofficially at 91.7 miles an hour.
It's only about 2.5 second lead.
Wozencraft behind Ray Marine, so Ray Marine second, Wozencraft in third. GL Construction is in fourth, and Drinkilo in fifth.
Celsius sixth. Demon Bikini seventh.
We'll pick the rest of the grid off here as
Mom Ain't Happy is eighth. Looks like Digging Deep is ninth.
Look at Drinkilo, Dale McEachern of Oro Station, Canada. Austin Blocker, the crew chief of Great Dell, is happy. He's trailed there by Celsius, Chris Hopgood and his throttle man from Great Dell, Jay Muller. Looking at the Wozencraft team, Jeremy Sheeta and Julian Maldonado in the back of the pack. The other Team Bermuda boat, Enough Said, and Team Michael Eyes that missed that early buoy. We're 1 lap in with the High-Tech Decks team, their heat qualifying top speed pole sitter having the early lead.
Curious to see how Digging Deep does now that they're not carrying twice as much fuel as they planned for.
Both these boats look to be well set up.
Yep.
As you would expect with 2 experienced crew members like Torrente and Gary Ballou, who
just had
go through the spray of High-Tech Decks. This is where they've struggled turning and have made so much improvement here in Michigan City, Indiana. So Sean Torrente's hard work starting to pay off, and looking for a window. Ray Marine not finding it, having to stay to the outside. And there's Wozencraft.
Now Wozencraft is trying to come inside.
Yep.
And I think that's GL right behind.
It is. Finishing at lap number 2. We'll see exactly where Wozencraft is. They're just off the stern of Ray Marine.
Yep. They're trying to get to the inside of High-Tech Deck before the turn.
Now with these boats this tight, you cannot make a mistake here.
No,
You've got to keep these boats to the water.
And they can get hooky in turns, especially with the wind trying to blow them around.
So a mistake in a turn, or you can't keep the props churning.
And they already couldn't hold their line coming into the turn on the first lap. They're the ones who crossed over because they were inside then. So let's see how they do this time.
A lot of pressure on Wozencraft here.
Yeah.
High-Tech Decks through 90.8 miles an hour. Wozencraft has gotten around
Has gotten ahead of Big East.
Yeah, Big East.
I mean, Ray Marine. GL is still 4th. Drink Kilo 5th. Celsius 6th. Coco's Monkey is 7th. Demon Bikini 8th. Mom Ain't Happy's 9th. Digging Deep is 10th. Michael Eyes is up to 11th.
So Wozencraft has settled into 2nd now. Ray Marine back into 3rd. Coco's Monkey. That's the Porte design bottom.
There's String Kilo, the Victory.
Former Jackhammer team.
Yep. So they're getting used to it. Good showing here.
Yeah, their best showing of the year so far here are the 2 days at Michigan City, Indiana. Enough said. Boat from Bermuda, and we know we have many fans listening. Hi and hello to everyone listening in Bermuda. Joining us here at the Maximum Inflation live stream. High-Tech Decks in the lead. New partnership between Sean Torrente and Matt Jaminski. Matt Kilo, an all-natural energy drink.
Matt Jaminski hailing from hydroplane country down there in Evansville, Indiana. Used to have Thunder on the Ohio down there. But Drink Kilo looking good. Austin Blocker, kind of a rising star in Offshore.
Well, he's done wonders with the Great L team and Supercat as their crew chief. There's your leaders. Now Wozencraft is firmly established in its 2nd. High-Tech Decks continues to lead.
I think GL is given a challenge to Ray Marine as well.
Yeah, and Ray Marine wants to stay on the podium here for sure. Fans here at Lake Michigan enjoying great racing and super stock. It doesn't get any more competitive than this.
And the
Mercury Racing Power.
The thing you got to give Sean Torrente credit for is the willingness to make the changes and to just keep trying stuff.
Absolutely committed to Sean Torrente racing products and technology. Wozencraft, now from the XINSURANCE helicopter. And they turned that lap, they turned it up a bit, 93.5 miles an hour.
And I got 3.8 seconds for the interval.
Wozencraft in 2nd, Ray Marine in 3rd, GL Construction in 4th. Drink Kilo holds 5th.
The battle of the energy drinks, Celsius is 6th. Coco's Monkey 7th. Demon Bikini having a good run in 8th. Mom Ain't Happy in 9th. Say Less is 10th. Digging Deep, 11th.
Digging Deep almost
Michaelized
in front of, 12th from my eyes, almost went off course and was able to correct and stay inside the buoy.
Oh, yep.
Digging Deep, new entry. Billy Moore helping to rig that boat with.
Yeah, that was Al Penta's boat. It was it the Killer Bee? It was something to do with a bee.
Andrew Miller and Todd Phillips in that 32 dug right.
And that boat is campaigned out of the Moore Performance Shop in North Carolina. Billy Moore is here this weekend in support of the team. The high-tech deck boat is leading the way.
And I talked earlier about all of his championships. Sean Torrente also, as we mentioned during the factory stock race, a factory stock 450 world championship with Willie Gavesa a couple of years ago.
Yep. And he worked with Caleb Mead in factory stock as well. But here comes the hard-charging Julian Maldonado trying to get a run in Wozencraft.
Jeremy Sheeta the rookie driver, but he's not a rookie to high-performance boats. And right now his son, Tyler Sheeta, is getting amped up. Go, Dad, go. Wozencraft needs a top of the podium finish here.
Yeah, they had some bad luck out at Lotto.
And Lotto, they had that swivel pin break in the heat. They started from 15th and finished in 5th. That's how much they moved through the pack. But still, Raymarine has been invincible up to this point. Well, these boats are going to come in after lap number 4, no change.
We just got a notice of a red flag.
So red flag out on the course.
I can only imagine.
So Torrente is pulling up right now.
Yep.
So we have a red flag, which means no one, you can't.
You're not supposed to keep racing you're supposed to shut down right then. But it looks like
now
most of the fleet
has
is,
gotten
but
the word.
what do we got?
Got a boat that went over?
I believe so. My binoculars are kind of challenged to see clearly at the far end of the course, but it looks to me like there's an upside down hull down there. I hope not, but.
Red flag on the course here in Super Stock. Looks like Michael Eyes to me.
Let's see who's accounted for here.
Yeah.
There's High Tech, there's Wozencraft.
It's Michael Eyes.
Yeah, okay. Let's just hope everyone's okay. Michael Eyes is S3. That's Pete Rivero and Ricky Maldonado.
This is about as far away from our cameras as you can get. Red flag here, boat over on the course. That'll suspend Super Stock racing. And officials now will have to reorganize the boats. Obviously, we've got to safety crew led by Sean Steinert, J.R. Anderson. They're in the water. There's a safety hatch on the deck of the boat. Get the
I see 2 people on the boat, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah, get the driver and throttleman up on the deck, and then have to secure the boat before we can start racing again.
And they also have to get it inside the course if that's in the middle of the turn. They talked about that at the drivers' meeting. They only have 1 towboat, so if there's any other kind of incident, there could be delays. So
restart would have to be for the remaining laps.
Yep, we were on lap 4. We were completing lap 4. This is what I had. You agree?
Mm-hmm. It's Michael Eyes. Flipped over here in Michigan City, Indiana, Great Lakes Grand Prix.
.32-foot Faza.
The boat built in Dubai, part of the XCAT series, which is a series that for many years now has been going on, very similar to Super Stock. Quite similar indeed, only in that they race the ROS engine, which is a 400. Mercury isn't making those anymore, and there's talk that this new driver and throttle man are out. We've heard from race control. And
okay,
so that's good news for the families out there. These
Drivers
boats are so well put together up and down the classes, but I would say that with the improvements made to safety and Super Stock, and with their low power to weight ratio, that helps a lot. You have you have less G-forces involved with the the lower horsepower and the lower weights when the boats go over like that. A lot of times these boats don't even get water in the cockpits, and the safety hatches on the deck generally, and they go through rigorous testing, mandatory dunk testing in the pool in a simulated cockpit.
Yep.
Turn them over, make them release, get out of their restraints while underwater. So, and many of these teams have been through those tests multiple times.
Well, it's required,
and it's
to be
certainly
able to race.
required to even be able to race. But many of the teams,
but they'll voluntarily go through it multiple times to get comfortable with the process and to not panic. I did the dunker years ago when I raced in a canopied boat, and I wasn't like a scuba guy or anything, and the first time you do it, it's a little unnerving. So
again,
if I was still out there competing in a canopied boat, I'd do it as often as I could, probably.
So Pete Rivero and Ricky Maldonado out of the boat. They'll get it secured, see if they can get it taken care of. Many of you are seasoned fans to offshore racing. You've heard this a dozen times before, but if you're going to turn a boat over, it's better to turn it over in fresh water.
And I'll be interested to see if they try to flip this back over out here to tow it in, because that's less damaging to the interior if you're not dragging it upside down all the way into the cranes. But thank you to Sean Steiner and his crew. His safety team is the best there is, and everyone appreciates the effort and really the training and the specialties, the techniques, the equipment.
Dark Side Rescue, again, quickly on the scene. An Angel helicopter and divers and boats strategically located throughout the course. Safety is of the utmost importance, and we see that here. We'll take a break here from the XINSURANCE Offshore Great Lakes Grand Prix. We're going to have a restart in Super Stock. High Tech Decks had the early lead with the Wozencraft and Raymarine teams in trail. We will start one more time and resume this race, finish it up before finishing the day with our Pro Class 1 races. More coverage here from the Maximum Inflation live stream, Race World Offshore's Facebook page and YouTube channels. Back after this.
This is covered. This is covered. This, and this is covered. That, this, and that is covered. This, that. Hell, we'll even cover this. Whatever your X is, if you could imagine it, we can cover it. XINSURANCE. Insuring the uninsurable.
Your machine got you here, and the Maximus Quick Tire Inflation Kit will get you home. No batteries, no disappointment. The only US-made CO2 valve.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
XINSURANCE is the proud sponsor of the XINSURANCE Great Lakes Grand Prix races. The XINSURANCE team provides specialty liability insurance solutions for property, commercial auto, watercraft, special events, true umbrella, true homeowners, and more. So whether it's your home, business, or lifestyle activities, the XINSURANCE team will provide options and solutions to protect your assets. XINSURANCE offers true insurance solutions tailored for you. Visit xinsurance.com to learn more.
At Surf Internet, our goal is to deliver blazing fast, affordable, and reliable fiber optic internet to your community. Whether for your home or business, you'll enjoy all-in pricing, a price lock guarantee, and unmatched reliability. Proudly based in the Great Lakes region, we understand your needs and have built our network to bring you the most advanced technology with no hidden fees, no contracts, and no data caps. Surf Internet, fast, reliable, and local. Visit surfinternet.com for more information.
Insurance sucks, and we think so too. Why? Because traditional policies don't provide complete coverage, leaving you to deal with the holes and gaps. But not anymore. XINSURANCE's true umbrella and true homeowners are a true partner, covering any potential gaps and exclusions. With XINSURANCE's true umbrella and true homeowners policy, you will experience true insurance when compared to traditional policies. Contact us today or ask your agent about XINSURANCE.
Anna from the Race World Offshore live stream and the Porte Products Broadcast Center. Porte Products, hydraulic transom lift bracket, whether a single or multiple outboard engines. They can design one for you, for your specific boat and transom. Helps you to plane quicker, manage your weight distribution, and to make adjustments to your X dimension that meet the water conditions you're running in. Just one touch of a switch at the helm. Go to porteproducts.com. Let us design one for you. Here on the Race World Offshore Facebook page and YouTube channel, also here locally on WIMS 95.1 FM and 1420, WIMSradio.com, as well as Valparaiso 106.7 FM, and on LaPorte County's public access LaPorte County Media. Watching for all of those who cannot join us, sitting from the comfort of your homes or anywhere at establishments across LaPorte County. Todd Swafford along with you as we look at the Michaelized team in Superstock Boat, a red flag underway in Superstock Racing as High Tech Decks had the early lead, and the Michaelized boat going over, and the red flag now a stoppage in racing. Joined by Eric Colby of SpeedOnTheWater.com, and joining us here for just a moment while I take a minute to get away from the microphone is my good friend, longtime friend and Key West mate, John J.W. Powell. John, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Todd. It's been what a spectacular day. I mean, you and I have been doing this for a long time, and this has just been a great day of racing. And I need about 2 more sets of eyes and 3 more arms trying to stay on top of all this stuff that's going on here. Listening to the gang from Race Control talk about the red flag situation. You know, there's so many moving parts, Eric. As you know,
Yep.
Divers were in the water, and they got to get the divers out and onto one of the safety boats. And they would probably like to get them back to the airport and get them back on that helicopter, but they've got more than 1 set of divers on there,
Right.
just in case of some situation like this. So the rumors that I was hearing on the VHF radio was that the boats are going to get back in the order in which they were when the red flag went up and do a restart.
Yeah.
And the restart will be on the back straightaway, so they'll be going from west to east on the race course, and then they'll make the turn and come back. And the preliminary thing that I heard was that they're going to continue the race with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if Ray Marine maybe can cut into that lead. I mean, the least beneficiary, I guess you'd say, out of all this is the High Tech Deck boat because they had the lead. And they
but you know, anything can happen. They got such a good start, and they were holding on to that lead.
Oh, yeah.
And this is probably the last thing that they wanted to happen because they were running along really well.
Right.
Now with the restart, and of course, as you guys have been talking about throughout the whole day, the conditions are slowly changing here. I mean, the wind is picking up. And it is getting a little bit sportier out there, but it looks like they're doing pretty good. You know, they were talking a little bit earlier today about the flat water and how this was going to be a drag race today. And they don't like it perfectly flat because then the boats stick to the water. They like to get a little bit of a chop so they can get the boats up and out of the water. I think that this is really perfect for them, but it is picking up. So
it's just a matter of how much the the wind blowing against the side of the boat is trying to push it towards the beach, especially when they're coming down this east to west leg.
You wouldn't think that they're going 100 miles an hour that a crosswind would affect them that much, but it really does, and it's crazy to talk to those guys and have them tell us about how much it affects them.
Well, especially with a boat designed to fly above the water, basically. It's the whole point of this is having the tunnel pick up the boat, and the hull just kind of skates across the top. And so, yeah, a crosswind trying to push the boat towards the shore means the driver then has to correct against it, so that takes away speed because it's called crabbing the boat. You're not letting it run free, for lack of a better term. And they're everyone's trying to get them all formed up now on the outer leg of the course.
Yeah, I know that they're going to try to push things along as fast as they can because we had the Pro Class 1 race coming up after this race and a short intermission for helicopter refuel. But it looks like they're lining them back up. They're getting back in the order that they were in when the race was called for the red flag. And they're going to get this start going here pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're still showing a red or is a yellow flag on the pace boat. I think it's yellow on the boat. I can't really, because there's a yellow flag on the pace boat that's inside the course, and they'll get them up to on plane and running probably about 40, 50 miles an hour. And if the formation looks good, they're going to want to release them as quickly as they can so they can get sorted out before that eastern turn. And that is Chuck Buis on his cigarette. Brought it up here from Florida in the start boat.
I'm sorry, I was trying to listen to the VHF to see what the status was. But, you can just tell by looking out at the course there that they are lining up, and keep an eye on that pace boat for that.
That white V-bottom, the only V-bottom out there with all the cats. Once it gets up and going, that'll be the indicator to the race teams to line up, because they want them as equally lined up across the courses to keep it as fair as possible. They don't want someone come flying up from the back and jump the start.
It was a little tight there in the beginning with High-Tech Deck, Raymarine, and Wozencraft. So it's pretty important for scoring and the pace boat and of course the racers, for everybody to be on the same page, get themselves back in the correct order so that they can start in the correct fashion. So it looks like things are going well. We're coming back up on a plane here, and we're going to get going.
Yeah, they just need to. I think if okay, we've changed it over to the yellow flag on the graphic, but the boats are more they'll maneuver better when they're running a little faster. And so they want to get them up and running and not slogging along. But there's the Celsius boat, and that's Jay Muller, who was just in the Super Cat race, won that. So this might be an opportunity for Celsius to get another shot at this in a way. This is like a second chance for some of these guys.
Well, the voice of Race World Offshore is just about settled back into the driver's seat here, so to speak. And we're going to get back to racing with Todd Swafford and Eric Colby.
Have we heard anything about how many laps on the restart?
5.
Yeah, they had mentioned 5. As I stepped away, I haven't been able to listen to the VHF. So as soon as I get that squared away, I'll pass it along to you.
Dub, thank you very much for sitting in. John J.W. Powell is helping in so many different ways here with us to getting us information on the live stream as we work through. Michael Eyes flipping over on the course in a restart after a red flag here in super stock racing. See the
glad to hear that the guys got out okay. That's the most important part.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Ricky's not happy.
Ricky, Pete, no, the entire team. And just disappointing into to their week after exploding battery and the heat yesterday set them back to not getting a start, so they were on the outside the whole way.
Yeah, this definitely hurts them for points.
Missed the buoy at the start of the race.
Yep.
Now on upside down. Race World Offshore's Michigan City Grand Prix, the award ceremony tonight at the Blue Chip Casino, 7 o'clock. And if anything and everything else has happened this week here in Michigan City, LaPorte County, as is any indication, this will be a big deal at the Blue Chip Casino. The boat parade and street party, so much fun last night. Such a great turnout. And also today here for the races. Because we're in a holding pattern, looking at potentially having a break in the action due to a red flag. Think about taking another commercial timeout here in a moment. Give our team in studios time to prepare. A restart of this race. It was high-tech deck, Sean Torrente and Matt Jaminski with the lead from the start from their number one grid starting position. Second was Wozencraft, who had moved up from third. And third place, Raymarine Big East Construction.
We have confirmed that there will be 5 laps. Now, the question is when they release them and they come down past the finish line, is that the start of the first lap after the restart, like we've been doing? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to kind of watch it.
So a 5-lap race coming to finish up this super stock Michigan City sprint for the last 5 laps to determine who the winner is going to be here at the XINSURANCE Great Lakes Grand Prix. We're going to take another commercial timeout and more from the Maximum Inflation live stream at Race World Offshore in Michigan City, Indiana.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
This is covered. This is covered. This, and this is covered. That, this, and that is covered. This, that. Hell, we'll even cover this. Whatever your X is, if you can imagine it, we can cover it. X Insurance. Insuring the uninsurable.
Your machine got you here, and the Maximus Quick Tire Inflation Kit will get you home. No batteries, no disappointment. The only US-made CO2 valve.
At Surf Internet, our goal is to deliver blazing fast, affordable, and reliable fiber optic internet to your community. Whether for your home or business, you'll enjoy all-in pricing, a price lock guarantee, and unmatched reliability. Proudly based in the Great Lakes region, we understand your needs and have built our network to bring you the most advanced technology with no hidden fees, no contracts, and no data caps. Surf Internet, fast, reliable, and local. Visit surfinternet.com for more information.
Insurance sucks, and we think so too. Why? Because traditional policies don't provide complete coverage, leaving you to deal with the holes and gaps. But not anymore. XINSURANCE's true umbrella and true homeowners are a true partner, covering any potential gaps and exclusions. With XINSURANCE's true umbrella and true homeowners policy, you will experience true insurance when compared to traditional policies. Contact us today or ask your agent about XINSURANCE.
in Michigan City, Indiana for Powerboat Racing in its 16th year. This is the Race World Offshore Great Lakes Grand Prix presented by XINSURANCE as we await the restart of Superstock Racing. Here from the Porte Products Broadcast Center, Todd Swafford and Eric Colby. Team Michael Eyes flipped over on the course, forced a red flag. We were 4 laps into the 12-lap race. Now, Race Control has announced that we will run a 5-lap race to finish up this event. These boats are still awaiting instructions to move to the milling area. And I assume they will probably try and split the grid up again as they did to get started. But this is, I mean, being a new starting procedure, it's certainly hard to know. As we always tell you when you watch these races, because all of these boats have to be teched, the boats have to turn in their data cards for inspection at the end. So every podium finish is under review until official. We've got notification that SuperCat results are under review after inspection. So nothing is official in SuperCat. What we saw earlier with the Great Dell, Dirty Money, and the Outer Limits Rolling Transport finishing in 3rd. And again, up and down the classes. I think bracket classes had a bunch of breakouts yesterday. The boats where you can't exceed your bracketed speed.
Well, it's the first race out for a lot of these guys in quite a while.
Yes.
So, but we're getting word here that the start is in question. 2 boats may have jumped. So on the Supercats, yeah. So we'll just have to see what the. So that would be Jeff Harris's call then, right, as chief referee.
Correct.
So
that's typically a 30-second penalty. Is that right?
I can't say for definite, so I'm not going to.
Surely, in case, certainly between 1 and 2, that was a race decided by 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking this might be our Angel helicopter that we were waiting for. It's just flying right out in front of us now.
So the Angel chopper, of course, deployed divers. They have to get that chopper reset with the divers ready to deploy in case another unexpected event happens.
This start will be, it's being looked at from all the camera angles that we discussed yesterday, the added camera angles, including the GoPro on the pace boat and the GoPros in the turns. And so they're reviewing all that before a decision will be made on the Supercat start. As we still wait to see if we're going to get the super stock boats. Now, JW and I were discussing the people who probably wanted to see this the least are Sean Tarenti and Matt Jaminski because they had the lead.
Correct.
Will this give now Wozencraft a chance to, maybe get a jump at the start? Maybe, because High Tech Deck should still have the inside. And then it would be it'll work its way each lane out from there, so it'll be Wozencraft and then Ray Marine and I think the
GL Construction.
Construction,
Team Bermuda boat. All being said,
we still have 12 boats, so it's going to go 6 and 6 on each side of the buoy.
Correct.
If you're a NASCAR fan, you see where they have that decision marker in the track where you can decide if you're going to go on the inside or outside lane. Well, the decision's been made for them, and 6 boats have to go outside that buoy, and 6 boats can stay on the inside.
When you have spec class racing like this, especially in this class where everybody's so evenly matched with the same power, the same engines from Mercury Racing, Mercury 300R engines, getting that inside line or getting that, being being around the first pins first gives you a decided advantage. Nobody's got just big bursts of speed. Generally speaking, if everybody's set up well and you put your weight in the boat right and you got the right props, it's not going to be easy to get around anybody.
12, 14 boats is kind of uncharted territory. So we're getting, they're kind of figuring out start procedures and stuff. We haven't had class fleets that size in a while.
Right.
So, it's good to see them being proactive and coming up with different things. I know they're working with the class to come up with a start procedure that makes sense for everybody.
And it's important, and it helps here, especially Michigan City, when you have courses that run clockwise.
Yep.
Is the driver is on the right or starboard side of the boat, the throttleman to the left, and you want, especially in that opening turn when all the boats are there stacked up side by side with each other, you want the driver to be looking towards the turn.
Right.
And in places like Key West where they can only race counterclockwise, and that's really a deficit for the driver because he's getting instructions from the throttle man on is it clear when you are trying to move over.
And then there's also a matter of, okay, this is my lane, but if there's someone there, everyone's trying to be as fair as possible about holding their lane, but you have to be ready to react.
Well, I think in all of these classes, certainly, you want more time to spread the boats out before they go to the turn. And back to the driver turning towards the pins, in this class in particular, the vision from these boats is very limited. And the windows...
The Michaelized boat, you went out and drove with Ricky.
Correct.
So how was your view from your vantage point from
that was the one thing I took from being in that boat was the limited visibility.
Yep.
And you look at these boats, especially when they come by, next time you see them here on the shore or on the screen, just look at how small those windows are. And there's a limited peripheral vision, but there's no vision behind you at all.
Yeah, that's just some have cameras.
Some do have cameras, correct.
But like those little bitty mirrors that are on the sides of the boat,
yeah,
you don't see anything.
So, but think about going 110, 105 miles an hour, and you and another dozen or more boats are all lined up.
They're getting a move in here.
All right, so we should be ready to start. But yeah, again, going clockwise is a big, it is a big help and improvement. All these courses should take that in consideration. But
the cigarette Top Gun has the yellow flag up.
As Gary Ballou likes to tell me, you don't want to get into the corner and wad up a bunch of boats.
Right.
Yeah, we want to go racing next week or the next day, as it is in Key West.
And a lot of these guys are going racing next weekend.
Yes,
so
they are, absolutely.
The turnaround
is short. All right, we're going to get a restart in Super Stock.
The green flag's already up.
Yep, they already put them up.
They sent them.
They sent them fast. They didn't even waste time.
Now, I'm going to assume that when they come down to the yellow buoy here, that's the start of lap 1 of the restart?
I would tend to agree with you.
Okay. So that's how we're going to score it, and then
we'll let you know if we're right or wrong.
We'll see if the officials agree later in 5 laps, hopefully. Hopefully no more.
At the start, it really looked like High Tech Decks got off to a very good start.
Again, yep.
There was a boat just to his outside, and that appears to be Ray Marine, I believe.
Yes, it is. I can see the chartreuse through the spray. Yeah, Matt Jaminski and Sean Torrente picking up where they left off. So that decision buoy is not even going to come into play because they've already released them.
Looks like a nice start for GL Construction.
Yeah, they're running well.
And now Ray Marine will move to the inside.
Yeah, and they're in front of Wozencraft. Looked like Wozencraft didn't get a great start.
I would agree.
So that let Cole move into that inside lane as they come west towards the lighthouse.
Trying to determine where Wozencraft is.
Because here's GL.
They're about halfway down now. You can see your super stock boats.
Oh, there's Celsius trying to come inside of Ray Marine.
There's Wozencraft behind Celsius, right?
Yep.
GL Construction making a charge for second place. Team Bermuda, Sully and Bridges coming up. But Rayburn still has the advantage. Here we are, official start of the 5-lap finale for Superstock, and High Tech Decks right back where they left off with the lead. Raymarine in second, GL Construction in third. Looks like Drinkilo and Coco's
fourth.
Monkey,
Yep.
fourth and fifth. And Mom's Ain't Happy.
sixth, Celsius seventh, Demon Bikini eighth. It looks like, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, is that Wozencraft way in the inside there? Yep. And Say Less and Digging Deep, and Enough Said.
So Drinkilo continues to run well. Team Celsius.
I'm wondering if Wozencraft didn't get washed down in there somewhere.
But High Tech Decks,
Yeah.
they have the right setup today, and they picked up again, say it again, right where they left off. Jean Torrente with the 32 STR Catamaran. There's Wozencraft out of Manatee Marine Unlimited. Julian's father out of the race after flipping with Pete Rivera and Michael Eyes, teaming up with Jeremy Cheetah.
There's the Drinkilo boat, Coco's Monkey, and GL Construction all battling for position.
So
Drinkilo getting a little light there, getting caught in a rooster and some wakes. Austin learning where to put the boat, where not to put the boat.
now I know I talked about GL Construction yesterday, and they've had some really great starts in their several years here now racing. This is a nice potential podium finish for them if they can hold here, but someone's charging to the outside and goes around them.
Coco's.
Coco's Monkey from Key West with the Porte running surface.
And there, Coco's is coming after Ray Marine.
We'll see how they sort out of the turn. These camera angles can be deceiving. They got a long way to go. GL Construction has a tighter line, but they definitely look like they may have went around them in the turn. High Tech Decks continues to lead the 32 STR Catamaran.
Ray Marine is still inside.
They were running about 92 miles an hour, 91 and a half on laps at the first junction of the race through 4 laps, and had the lead all the way. They reached the midway point down the westbound leg. This is Superstock racing at its best. Look at all of those boats all within 5 seconds of the lead.
Bunch of buzzing hornets coming down.
Yeah, and I hear at the release of the new competition engine next week, it's not only going to blow your mind and leave your eyes open, but it's going to be a new sound for your ears. It's going to be pretty cool. Can't wait to hear what that is. There they come through.
At 4 seconds, High Tech Deck out in the lead.
Coco's Monkey has third.
Coco's third, GL fourth. I think Drinkilo's fifth. Yep. Mom Ain't Happy is up to sixth. I think, Wozencraft is seventh. Celsius eighth. Demon ninth. Say Less is 10th. Enough Said 11th. And Digging Deep is 12th. But here's High Tech Deck back out front. Great attitude on the boat.
So we mentioned earlier, Jean Torrente always tweaking on that boat. Has been working on it steadily, working on the bottom, made some engineering design changes to the nose.
Yeah, it's kind of a part Mannerfelt, part Victory, part MTI. He's just kind of looked at all the different things that worked on boats that he's run in the past.
It has run great here in Michigan City, Indiana. Ran the fastest qualifying heat time.
I mean, look how far forward the water's breaking. It must be bumpier out there than we think.
Seen a lot of,
he's got a lot of trim in that, keep a lot of running surface.
Seen a lot of water busting out underneath that boat.
Yeah, and here's Big East. Ray Marine on the inside, the bright green boat, and Coco's Monkey, the white boat on the outside. And
upstate New York, the father and son team of AJ and Pete Bogino. That's the Shadow Pirate team that Scott raced.
And I've heard more people say if there's one guy they'd like to just drive with, just because the way he drives that boat is AJ. He's a dirt track racer.
He looks like he is moving up on Ray Marine.
Yes.
And it appears he has moved into second, Coco's Monkey.
The ride is coming to that boat. Maybe they were set up for later in the race.
Another Key West sponsored team from Coco's Island Apparel, which you can find online. Coco's Monkey, Pete and AJ Bogino, but Ray Marine.
Ray Marine's not giving it up.
No, they're pushing the throttles down to hold second, and we'll tell you as they come through after the next lap that it's tight.
Yes,
it's a half
is.
boat. It was a half boat length lead for Coco's Monkey.
GL still in fourth. Drinkilo's in fifth. Mom Ain't Happy up to sixth. Just inside, Wozencraft in seventh. Wozencraft's making a move on the inside. Demon Bikini is eighth. So they got around Celsius in ninth. Say Less is 10th.
Wozencraft
digging deep.
They were the biggest loser in the restart.
11th, and Nuff Said 12th.
Falling from second to seventh.
Yeah, they. I'm wondering if they didn't get washed down or have a guardian or something.
Look at
the still upside down.
Yep, caused the red flag.
Oh, it's stuck. I wonder, it's dragging on the, oh, it's too close to shore. I'm going to take a peek with my binoculars real quick, but I think they got it stuck because it's so close to shore. Oh, that's not good.
Celsius in the middle of your screen with Chris Hopgood and Jay Muller.
Yeah, the wind is pushing the towboat with Michael Eyes in tow towards the beach.
This wind continues to blow out of the northeast at a steady 10 to 12 mile an hour clip. This has not relented since it switched late in the morning. Our leaders coming back around the far turn on the east end.
Oh, now they got it moving again, so it's not going to be a hazard for the boat still competing.
High Tech Decks in the lead.
Yeah, the boat looks great.
This will be the conclusion of lap number 3 of 5 on the restart.
And now Coco's Monkey is to the inside.
Coco's Monkey.
Where is Ray Marine?
You know, Coco's Monkey is a boat that is currently for sale. And you've probably seen it on Facebook.
Aren't they all?
Yeah, they are. AJ and Pete Bogino. Pete, a bucket list thing for him to get out there racing. But tell you what, if you want a fast boat, you want to go super stock racing, I would take a very serious look at that Coco's Monkey with the Porte Racing bottom. Turns well, and it's very fast.
Well, that's the key to the Porte bottom is you keep more boat in contact with the water, and he really knows how to make them turn.
Come our leaders across again. It's High Tech Decks.
Couple seconds. That's all ahead of Coco's Monkey now. Ray Marine is in third with GL Construction still fourth. Drinkilo holding on to fifth with Wozencraft trying to come up. So Julian and Jeremy are making their way up through, kind of trying to do what Dirty Money did. Mom Ain't Happy is sixth. Celsius and Demon are battling for seventh. Digging Deep is in Say Less or battling for 8th. And enough said. Might have missed a couple there, but there's the Digging Deep boat. Andy Miller out of upstate New York. Todd DePhillips. And the Celsius boat with Jay Muller and Chris Hopgood. Chris splits time, I think, between Florida and Lake Winnipesaukee. And this is the leader coming into the west end turn, or the east end turn.
So Matt Jaminski jumping into the cockpit with Sean Torrente this year, and they're developing timing, chemistry.
Yeah.
And you would say that would have been their deficit heading into the season, but I think they've gotten plenty of time, plenty of testing in there now, and the communication is solid and good. And you've seen a major improvement in the turning ability of this boat. And again, talking with teams earlier today, they said in a straight line, this is the fastest boat, watch out for it.
Well, Sean, also having a boat instruction school is very good at communicating to a driver what he's looking for and how to get the boat around the course.
I mean, and to be clear, this is not a flat course today.
No.
On the inside, you know, not as much bump. Yesterday, 2 to 3 foot. I mean, you wouldn't say that that's big seas, but this boat took the highest qualifying speed yesterday and is showing the field today. It's to be dealt with. Sean Torrente Racing's high-tech decks, S54 in the lead all the way here. And 1 lap to go after this one. Here in Michigan City, Indiana, with Coco's Monkey in trail, Ray Marine in third. You heard earlier, Ray Marine only needs to finish on the podium the rest of the season to wrap up a national championship. Ray Marine's won every race up to this point. Here to the final lap of the day.
They just waved the checkered flag.
Did they?
On the pace boat, yeah.
So that must have counted that first lap.
Oh, they counted the first one, okay.
They counted the first lap. So it will be high-tech decks
Follows.
first, Coco's Monkey second, Ray Marine third, GL Construction Team Bermuda fifth.
Fourth, Wozencraft fifth.
Fourth, and then Wozencraft fifth, excuse me.
Drinkilo sixth.
So Wozencraft does get back up into the 5th position.
Mom Ain't Happy 7th. Celsius 8th. Demon 9th. Digging Deep 10th. Say Less 11th. And Nuff Said 12th.
Most of the boats heading straight to the pits. I'm sure they're going to try and move out this Pro Class 1 race pretty soon, but staying out to get their checkered flag is high-tech decks still out, and they'll be taking that checkered flag. Sean Torrente, you know, there's cheers and high fives inside the cockpit between the co-pilots, driver Matt Jaminski and throttle-man Sean Torrente.
I imagine Jay Muller has a Celsius in the cockpit with him because he's going to strap in for another race.
Already raced in Super Cap
and Super Stock, so now Pro Class 1.
There's your winner today in Super Stock Class 32 STR Catamaran.
Well
with
done.
300R Mercury Racing engines. Sean Torrente and Matt Jaminski. Sean from Fort Myers, Matt from Evanston, Indiana. They're getting ready to have the checker flag tossed to them. Did they get it?
Yep.
Sean caught it, I think.
Matt had it from the other side, I think.
Did he?
Oh, no,
okay.
Sean's on the...
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Pretty sure that's.
I think that's Sean.
Well, it was a nice grab nonetheless.
Yes.
And the unfurling of the flag, and to raise it victorious here in front of the Northern Indiana fans in Michigan City. There is your winner in Super Stock High Tech Decks. Matt and Sean victorious here. What a weekend for them. Fastest in the heats in the qualifying. Could not be caught today in 2 different segments of racing due to a red flag. They led all the way. High Tech Decks, your winner today in Michigan City, Indiana at the Race World Offshore Great Lakes Grand Prix, presented by XINSURANCE. I don't want to say it was a hard-fought win because they did make it look effortless, but with 2 starts, there's Torrente coming out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
A lot of hard work, and they're going to do a bow, you think, maybe?
A rowdy bow?
No.
No Kyle Busch bow?
All right. Very happy. Sean Torrente kissing the deck of the boat. Yes, he has such a relationship with it after constantly grinding on the bottom and working and this and that. Relentlessly.
Got to be nice to it, too.
That's right. Relentlessly trying to get that boat, his passion,